I told you on the last videos that Arsenal gonna lose and PSG gonna lift this trophy. And you know what? It is what it is. Arsenal lost and PSG won by penalties. And I cannot understand the reason why people were thinking that Arsenal gonna lift this trophy, because this is about mentality, you know. When you look to the players, when you look to the Arsenal players, it's like weak mentality. I cannot say anything more about that. If we analyze the match, of course, it was tactically good decision by Mikel Arteta. They were just defending for the whole match, and they tried to not concede the goal, but it's not enough against PSG. PSG is one of the best clubs in the world right now, and you cannot play like in that way just for the whole match and demand the victory. First of all, I had to say that this is like a completely bottle job. This is absolutely disaster. For me, this is absolutely disaster, because for the whole match you were just playing till for the draw 1-1, and after that you are losing the final by the penalties. Come on, man, come on. How? Like, even the penalties was like, it was said like, we don't want this trophy. I could understand if the goalkeeper of PSG had made some saves, but he didn't need to even make a saves. Just players kick it somewhere, far away. I don't understand that. How you can play in the final like that? You are not prepared to the penalties. You needed to be prepared for that. And I'm shocked. I'm shocked. First of all, I have to say that big congratulations to PSG for playing in that way, in attacking football and giving it everything. The midfielders were absolutely fantastic. For me, it was like the best midfielders in the world. Vitinha, how controlled the game, how he was giving the passes. After Vitinha left the pitch, it was Neves. He was also fantastic in that match. I can mention about the Ruiz also. He was running a lot. Overall, PSG showed a fantastic football in the final. And I told you in the previous videos, you can watch it if you don't believe me, that I told what gonna happen. It will be difficult match for PSG, of course, I said about that, but at the end of the day, PSG gonna lift this trophy. And I explained it because of the mentality of the Arsenal Football Club, because of the mentality of the players. I'm watching this football for my whole life, watching this club that every time is bottled in the important moments, and this repeats. It happened 20 years ago, and it happened now, because it was like one little step to win it, but they couldn't do it, and I know that they will not do it. They cannot put this final step. You know what? Arsenal fans and Arteta was saying that they needed to be given penalty because Madueke was fault, but I completely disagree with that, because there were not any penalty. It was like shoulder. The player performed with the shoulder, and you can do it in the football. You can play with the shoulder. It was not foul, and you cannot find the excuses when like Arteta before that after the match with West Ham United was saying that referees they are under pressure every time, and for them it's difficult to make the decisions when it played for you, but when it plays against you, you are saying this kind of thing. Come on, man, come on, be fair. Come on, man. You cannot act like that. You cannot act like a coward. You have to perform. Your team needs to perform, and you need to give this energy. But you couldn't give this energy in the game. I just show that I watched the football of, it was not like a student of Pep Guardiola. He haven't learned anything from Guardiola. I cannot understand that. It was like a Tony Pulis football, Declan Rice was going to throw the out each time. I cannot understand what kind of football is like. This is like a performance what you give in the final. Come on, man, you have to create something. You have to give some passes. This is totally disgrace. Shocking. And for the whole respect to the Arsenal fans, they were near to win this trophy, and you know what? It all blame to the Arsenal again as a team, as a club, because they are showing this kind of bottle job year by year. And I'm just a football fan observing it, how they are doing that. As Patrice Evra said once, Arsenal Football Club is like watching Netflix, When you watch Arsenal Football Club, it's like watching Netflix. Because every time when it goes to the final step, it's like, and you are just waiting for the next season. It was a fair that PSG won. Because PSG was trying and playing football on the pitch. They were playing football. Big applause to Luis Enrique and his winning mentality. And I told you that he's a real winner. He's a winner. And by that way they have won. They didn't won by tactics. They didn't won by some kind of extraordinary, let's say, performance. They won by mentality. Their mentality was like strong to win this trophy. Even when you analyze the penalties, like each Arsenal player, when they scored like for example Martinelli scored and others were celebrating like they just have won it. But no, opposite side was so calm and was doing their job, and they have won it. I can mention about Gabriel that it's like, you have to be a little bit modest, when you posted that picture when you were holding cards and showing 4 or whatever, and you are taking this, take this, because you deserve it. You deserve to miss the penalty and becomes like a loser who just will be guilty for losing the final in the best European competition. Take it, because you deserve it. It was like a real mistake going to the penalty with Gabriel for me, because it was not quite well. He's a defender, and they were not prepared to the series of penalties. Come on. And I'm just they were so near and they bottled it again. It's finished. Next year it will be much more difficult because other teams are becoming stronger and they needed to finish this job. So big questions to Arsenal, from which road they are going, and they have to change their weak mentality, especially the players, because each time when they play like big competitions, they have some kind of weak players. For example, I can say about it, Gabriel Martinelli is also that. He just he came from the bench and showed rubbish football. He was not good enough. After that, of course, he kicked the penalty, but it was not good. It was not good enough to show this kind of performance. And I'm sorry for Arsenal fans. I'm sorry for them. I'm not Arsenal hater, but this, when I listen the things like the words that Saka is better than Messi, or Gyökeres better than somebody. I mean, they are the best team. That Arsenal is better than Real Madrid. I cannot understand that. You have to be a little bit modest. You have to accept the reality. And if you don't do that, the whole world will be against you, and nobody would like that you win some trophies, because you are far away from the reality. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.